It's Enjoy English School. I'm Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
It's August 12th. We're on pages 30 and 31. It's day 2 of the 2-day story called Let's Go Bowling.
那我们今天8月12在30、31页，我们继续来打保龄球吧。
So, Minnie,
Yep.
in the past, if you rolled 1 strike, it was good. If you rolled 2 strikes, it was even better. And if you rolled 3 strikes, it's called a
turkey.
That's right. And why is it called a turkey? Well, in North America, in the past, if you got 3 strikes in a row, they would give you a turkey.
所以在北美洲以前，如果你有打连续3个全倒的话，他们真的会给你一只火鸡。
That's right. They would just call it a turkey. You win a turkey. Now, you said you're a pretty good bowler, right?
Yeah.
So do you think you could win a turkey?
Oh, yeah.
Today, getting a turkey, I'm not a good bowler, and I have gotten lots of turkeys. But why would they give you a turkey after 3 rolls? It sounds kind of expensive, right? Well, remember in the past, they didn't have a nice, smooth wooden floor. Inside wasn't nice and dry. The floor would be kind of wide.
所以很难。
That's right. The pins, maybe they had to put them there by hand, so maybe they're not even. Maybe one pin is very heavy, the other is very light. 不像现在, there's no real standard in the past, and so it was a lot harder to get that turkey.
Makes sense.
There we go.
可以。
And with that, let's get ready for our first paragraph.
Let's go bowling. Today, bowling even has its own special day, National Bowling Day. It takes place on the 2nd Saturday in August each year. It started out in 1956 in order to raise money for the Red Cross. At that time, millions of bowlers from across the U.S. came out for the cause. Interestingly, bowling was enjoyed by many U.S. presidents. In 1947, 2 lanes were set up in the West Wing of the White House as a gift for President Harry Truman's birthday. Although they were closed by President Eisenhower in 1955, other lanes were built by the staff in the White House. President Johnson and Nixon were also big fans of bowling. Bowling has also made an appearance in lots of movies and TV shows. On The Simpsons, main character Homer had a bowling team, the Pin Pals, with his boss. Perhaps the most famous movie related to bowling is The Big Lebowski. There, main character the Dude has a passion for bowling, and the movie is also centered on bowling culture. Anyone can play and enjoy this classic sport. So, why not get some friends together and head for your local lanes tonight?
All right, friends, let's look at paragraph 1 on pages 30 and 31. Don't forget your pencils and highlighters. Let's begin. Today, bowling even has its own special day, National Bowling Day.
那如今呢，保龄球甚至有专属的特殊节日，也就叫国家保龄球日。
What do you do on National Bowling Day?
Go bowling.
You better go bowling, right? It takes place on the 2nd Saturday in August each year.
那它这个国家保龄球日，它在每年8月的第2个星期六举行。
Do you like bowling or roller skating more? I feel like those are 2 very similar
I mean, in
activities.
Taiwan, we don't really have roller skating.
Oh, it's so sad. I love like going to like the roller rink.
现在的小孩有啦
That's fun.
But when I was a kid, we don't have that yet.
How kashio. I love like bowling and that's fun, but if I could choose, like my 30th birthday party, we went roller skating.
You have a birthday party for 30 years old?
Heck yeah, we had a roller skating party. We had I invited all my friends and we went roller skating and listened to some music. It was fun. It was just fun. Like it was like a dance party, but 滚来滚去, right?
滚来滚去，滚来滚去。好
All right, let's continue here. It started out in 1956 in order to raise money for the Red Cross.
那这个节日呢，它始源于1956年，那目的是要替红十字会募款。
That's right. At that time, millions of bowlers from across the U.S. came out for the cause.
那在这个时候呢，全美国数百万名的保龄球玩家都为此而来。
So a cause here means an important thing that helps other people. It's very close to the word charity, charity. A cause, a charity.
就慈善的意思。
That's right. And with that, let's take a really quick break because we're going to have a little bit of a longer story for our next paragraph. All right, friends, we're back with more Enjoy English School. And as promised, we have a little bit more time because I wanted to tell a story. Now, Minnie, we talked about why we call 3 strikes a turkey. But that's only 3. So at least in America, I think in Taiwan, if you get 4 strikes, it's nothing. 5 strikes, nothing. 6 strikes, you get a double turkey?
Yes.
You call it double turkey?
Yeah, 2只火鸡跳舞。
And what about 9?
3只火鸡跳舞。
You start getting 3 turkeys.
Yeah, 因为现在没有分什么不同金属的火鸡什么的啦。
Now, in the past, they actually did. And remember what we said. If you got 3 strikes, and that was very hard to do in the 1700s, they would give you a real turkey. So what if you kept getting strikes? Well, they had more names in the past. So 4 strikes was called a ham bone.
Ham bone?
Ham bone. So a ham bone, it just means like a leg of a pig. It was in the past they call it a ham bone.
火腿
You just-
骨。
对. And you can just call it ham, but it was called a ham bone. I mean, today you could probably get the bone taken out. 5 strikes was called nothing. The 6 strikes was called a wild turkey.
野火鸡。
That's right. And 9 strikes was called a golden turkey.
9个就是黄金火鸡。
And number 10 was called a dinosaur because they don't exist.
然后10个 strike， 10个全倒是恐龙，因为他们根本不存在。
That's right. And I mean, it was like impossible. Even today, getting 300 is still pretty hard for, like, my friends get them sometimes and they're good. I'm not good.
I'm not that good, I guess.
All right, let's jump right into paragraph 2 here. Interestingly, bowling was enjoyed by many U.S. presidents.
那很有趣的是，就连许多的美国总统都热爱保龄球。
In 1947, 2 lanes were set up in the West Wing of the White House as a gift for President Harry Truman's birthday.
那在1947年的时候，白宫西厢办公室设置了2个保龄球道，以作为哈瑞·杜鲁门总统的生日礼物。
So Harry Truman was the president at the end of World War II, if you're curious. So
二战
1946.
末期的总统。
So this must mean like Harry Truman must really like bowling, right? Like he had 2 lanes put in there. Actually, no. No. Harry Truman was 62 when they set up. Yeah, he was 62 years old when they set up the bowling alley. And he didn't do it. It was a surprise gift his friends gave him because they wanted to give him a birthday present.
可能因为当时很流行吧，所以他们就想说把最流行的东西送给总统。
That's right. But actually, President Truman liked to play poker. He didn't really like to bowl. And in fact, President Truman had not gone bowling since he was a teenager.
所
That's
以
a big gift for someone that doesn't like bowling very much, right?
Yeah, they just 可能要消化预算吧。
Well, it's not. Well, to be fair, Harry Truman didn't spend any money. They wanted a bowling alley and they put it in there. But Harry Truman, when they gave it to him, was like, wow. And he threw the first ball, but he almost never used it.
OK。
So there you go. Let's continue to our next sentence. Although they were closed by President Eisenhower in 1955, other lanes were built by the staff in the White House.
所以8年后，艾森豪总统在1955年将2个球道关闭了，白宫的职员们又设置了其他球道。我觉得是白宫的职员喜欢保龄球。
Yeah, so President Eisenhower was a really serious guy. And do you know what he did with those bowling lanes? He made a mimeograph room. So today we would call it like a copy room. And a mimeograph, you might remember these. These were popular when I was a kid. We didn't use a copy machine like at 7-Eleven. Our copies were kind of blue and they smelled really good.
I don't know this.
You don't know this? You can ask your husband. He'll tell you about this.
OK。
Before you had a copy machine like today, boop, 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 and it just tulai. You had to kind of roll it. and it was blue.
是像拓印那种。
I don't know. I don't know the Chinese here.
Yeah,
but it smelled good, right?
I don't know.
You remember that?
I don't.
You would get the warm copies in the morning, and it's like cold, and you sniff real deep. I think it wasn't poisonous, but it did smell good. We smelled it a lot. Like everyone's like.
好，
You
所以
ask-
是蓝色的印墨。
It was like a purple blue.
紫色,
Yeah, like a real kind of light purple blue. And it smelled good. Let me keep saying that. It smelled really good.
好，大家可以上网 Google 一下。
Yeah. It's called
这可能有点年代差异啦，嘿。
a mimeograph.
How do you spell it?
MIMEO graph. GRAPH. Sometimes you call them a ditto maker. DITTO. Ditto just means copy.
DITTO. Ditto maker.
Yeah, mimeograph, ditto maker. Yeah. So there you go. All right, and our next sentence says President Johnson and Nixon were also big fans of bowling.
那个詹森总统跟尼克森总统呢，也是保龄球的头号粉丝哦。
So Lyndon Johnson, LBJ, President Johnson here, he actually had a lane built really close to the White House. And Richard Nixon said, just put it in the White House. And he had one built. And I think the last president that had really young kids was like Clinton and Obama. And they liked, their kids were really young. The other president's kids were kind of adults, and they like to use Nixon's bowling lane. It's pretty cool to think like this old president from a long time ago built this, and your kids get to play on it. There's a little bit of fun history in that, like to touch history. Yeah. All right. And you want to say anything else?
Yeah， 就是老师刚刚的故事是说，他们前面的总统其实小孩都很大了，但是到那个克林顿总统跟奥巴马总统的小孩比较小的时候，好像还有在那个球道玩过这样。
Yeah, so your kids can play where Richard Nixon played bowling. That's like a weird, cool thing to say, like that president and your kid are bowling in the same place.
Maybe the kid will be like， 我爸还是总统啊，奇怪。
It's just, I mean, plus bowling with Richard Nixon would be weird. But okay, with that, let's take a quick break. And when we come back, we got paragraph 3. Okay, it's time for paragraph 3. We're talking about bowling. Bowling has also made an appearance in lots of movies and TV shows.
那保龄球呢，也在许多的电影以及电视节目中亮相。
Now, we will talk about a lot of Western TV shows and movies and stuff, but I don't know about bowling in Taiwan. Do you ever see it in TV? Besides, like, don't think cartoons.
No.
It's not really a lot in Taiwanese TV, right?
No.
But to be fair, it's also not in a lot of modern American television either. Like, it's always older stuff.
Yeah, not even Friends. Friends
It's true, yeah.
doesn't have any bowling episodes.
Tell it. Okay, you tell us in the comments. This is your question for today. Where do you see bowling in TV?
I think in Taiwan we only see pooling, no bowling.
Like playing pool.
Yeah.
Yeah, pool is cool and it's easy to talk. I think bowling is kind of, but there's a lot of waiting in bowling. Like you can wait and
麻
talk
辣
a lot.
鲜师有没有 bowling 啊？好像有哦。Okay, anyway.
We'll find. Tell us in the comments, where do we see bowling?
Okay.
All right. On The Simpsons, main character Homer had a bowling team, the Pin Pals, with his boss.
对，在辛普森家庭里面呢，主角那个 Home 河马跟他的老板就拥有一支保龄球队的 Pinballs。
And there was another team. They were really good. They were called the Holy Rollers.
Holy
and the
Roller.
Holy Rollers. Now, we talked about the verb roll, right? But a holy roller is a person, it's a little bit negative, a little bit. That means you're a person that is very, very excited for your religion, especially Christianity.
哦，
Yeah.
所以 Holy Roller， 老师刚刚说它有一点否定的用法，代表说你太热衷于某一个宗教，尤其是如果你是基督徒的话，他们就会说 Holy Roller。
So young people will say they're rolling when they're laughing really hard. And actually, you know, we were talking about doing drugs. When I was a kid, there was this cartoon TV show, and they had a music video, and it used to say, I'm rolling, I'm rolling, I'm rolling. And it was showing like cars and trains and bicycles. And then I was older, I looked on YouTube, I found it. And it was all about doing drugs. It was like a little kid's TV show. It's showing like cars and trucks. And like the whole song is like I'm doing drugs. I'm doing drugs. I'm doing drugs. I was thinking that was so
Yeah.
it's so weird as an adult to see that.
Yeah, that's like a Hollywood thing, you know. They're like secretly putting these ideas in your brain.
Yeah, adult ideas in children's TV shows.
Yeah.
Disney is famous for that. Disney's
Yeah.
really famous for that.
Yes. Okay.
All right, let's continue here to our next sentence. Perhaps the most famous movie related to bowling is The Big Lebowski.
那在和保龄球有关的作品之中，也许最著名的就是所谓的谋杀绿脚趾
So this movie is called a cult classic.
cult classic.
So a cult classic is a movie that is not super famous and everybody knows it. But the people that like it really, really love it. They super love it.
老师刚刚讲的那个 cult 那个字是 cult cult 是有点像邪教的意思。
That's right. Because those people, not everybody is in their little club. It's a very small group, but that group has a lot of love for their idea. So a cult classic is a movie that is loved very strongly by some people. And this Big Lebowski is a huge cult classic.
所以谋杀绿脚趾是特定的族群非常非常热衷喜爱的一部影集这样。
Have you heard of this movie?
No.
It's a cult classic. It's funny, but it's like you like it or you kind of don't care. But it's extremely popular. I think my brother's watched it like 20 times.
Okay.
He watched it so many times. Let's continue. There, the main character, the dude, has a passion for bowling. And the movie is also centered on bowling culture.
那在电影当中，主角都也对保龄球他怀抱热忱 ，have passion for something， 然后全片也将重心都放在这个保龄球的文化上面。
So passion is SS, but the sound is passion with an SH. You should write that down. And passion we think of as a very strong, fiery love. But actually, the word for passion actually means to hurt, to feel pain. You love something so much that
爱
it
到发
hurts you.
痛。
That's right. And so we talked about Varanasi. So the religion is in my head, right? So people talk about when Jesus was on the cross and he's nailed on there. Like he's okay doing that. He didn't fight it. He said, "Okay, put me on the cross. I will do this to help you." And this was very painful. It was very bad. This is called the passion of the Christ. You have so much love that it hurts.
所以 passion 这个字其实有点疼痛的意味存在。你因为爱什么事情而爱到疼痛，这种感觉就是算是喜爱的最高境界吧。
Yeah, it's a special kind of level.
Yeah.
Okay, before we go to vocab review, we have a little story. Now, Minnie, when you roll the ball and you hit some pins down, what happens?
You roll the balls on pins down, you feel happy.
And then the little machine comes down, kind of cleans them up, and puts your pins back. Now, that's a lot of machines, right? But for most of bowling's history, people had to do that by hand. They had to do it by themselves.
哦，
That's
所以
right.
以前的人是要人工的去把那个瓶子放好。
Now, when you say people did that, let's be clear. It was always a young boy. It was a young boy or a young man, maybe a teenager.
工读生啦。
Yeah, that's right. These people were usually maybe 13, 14 years old, and it was a dangerous job. Think, people are throwing that very heavy ball really fast, and they hit the pin, and the pin can fly, and it can hit you. People could break bones. People could die if you got hit in the face. It could be a very dangerous job, and you had to be fast, or people would be angry.
所以这个工作真的蛮危险的，就像那个高尔夫球有杆地一样，那它也同样有那种摆球瓶的那种工读生，是一个很高危险性的工作。
And think if let's say Minnie and I are playing for some money, who will win the 1,000 NT? If the pin boy, as the person was called, the pin boy put the pins maybe a little bit wider, they're crooked, or maybe they counted wrong because they weren't paying attention, we would get really angry. This was a job that a lot of people were not nice to you, and it was a little dangerous. So it's a job that I'm thankfully is kind of gone in the past.
现在都用机器取代人力了啦，安全多了。Yes.
Let's go to vocab review. Oh, wait, what? No, wait, we have one more sentence? Okay, sorry, don't know what I'm talking about. Anyone can play and enjoy this classic sport.
好，我们最后一个句子哦，这边也讲到了 classic 这个字，每个人都能够打保龄球，也能够尽情享受这个 classic 经典的运动。
Minnie to save the day. So why not get some friends together and head for your local lanes tonight?
所以我们最后用了一个问句哦，聚集大家在一起。所以说呢，何不叫上你的朋友，今晚就到当地的球馆玩一场呢？
Okay, now it's time for vocab review. Thank you. All right, friends, it's time for vocab review number 1, to take place.
Take place 其实就是发生或者是在什么地方 take place。
Number 2, to raise, or which means to collect money.
去募款，我们就是 raise 的意思。
Number 3, interestingly.
Interestingly 这边是副词，就是有趣的是。
Now, some people do say interestingly, but most people I know say interestingly. So, 小心那个拼法。
这样子，你听到学生讲 interestingly， 你会纠正他吗？
I correct them because I say, listen, there are many pronunciations of English. Some words a little bit why some. I mean, like, people do say things differently. But in class, I say, just say it like me. And if you say it somewhere differently, that's fine. Just because when we're all reading together, I can listen to 30 people at one time because it all sounds the same.
Okay.
Not because I don't like people. 你的发音不对的，不像我一样. I just like to hear everyone together because it's clear. And then, yeah.
Okay.
And I always tell people, like, if you hear your English teacher at school say, you're wrong because Chris Gorski said, and your teacher will not be happy. Let's continue to number 4, to set up.
设置 set up。
Number 5, staff. This means your workers. It's uncountable.
这边是不可数名词，很重要，代表是工作人员的意思。
Number 6, to make an appearance.
Make an appearance， appearance 是外表的意思 ，make an appearance 就代表说出现亮相。
Number 7, to have a passion for something.
Have a passion for something 就是代表你对什么事情非常有热忱的时候 ，have a passion for。
And number 8, classic, which means high quality or a really good standard.
那这边 classic 指的就是很经典的，永远不退流行，就叫经典。
And that's it for today. For Enjoy English School, I am Chris Gorski.
I'm Minnie.
We'll see you next time. Bye-bye.